Hi, my name is Iris. I hope that you are doing very well. If you are new here, welcome. This channel is all about faith based content. So, happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you had like an amazing day that day, whether it be with your significant other, whether it be with your friends or family members, or even by yourself. Okay, if you took yourself out on a date, good for you. So I'm actually interested and to know like what exactly did you do that day. Like please let me know in the comments section below. So February is the month of love, right? And what do you think love is? What do you think is the definition of love? So I'm gonna bring up two. I'm gonna bring up or I'm gonna pull up the definition on Google, okay, because I googled it. Which says love is two people that have intense feelings or deep affection, okay? And that's not completely wrong, okay? Because that's more between like couples or like people that are married, which is something that needs to be there, right? That that flame can't go out. It's got to continue, right? The love for each other, no matter how many years um they've been together. um, they got to continue to have that love for each other. So that is the definition on Google that I pulled up. So now this is a definition like straight from the Bible, and it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verses 4 through 6. Okay, and it says, "Love is patient, kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. It does not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth." So I know February the 14th, it's we see like a lot of people like going out and getting flowers, for their significant other. They're going out and getting chocolates and, a stuffed animal, that teddy bear, right? Um and those are all great things. We got to continue to show affection to the people that we love. Um in the ways that they like it, in the ways that we know that they will receive it, because there's people out there also that they don't like chocolates or they don't like flowers, and they'd rather receive something else on that day, right? um Everybody's different, okay? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's different. We're not all the same. We're all unique, right? Like if you were to give me chocolate, like give me something, give me a Snicker, okay? Or give me dark chocolate because I love dark chocolate. So there you go. So when we look at this definition and when we think about the actual day, February 14th, it's like all good feelings, right? It's all like great things. There's no arguments, there's nothing bad, like um nothing negative going around, that day. Or it's not supposed to, right? It's not supposed to go that way. But the word literally tells us that that is not how love is going to be at all. There's going to be days that and this isn't just centered between couples, right? um this definition of love is between couples, but it's also between sisters, siblings, between the relationship between mothers and their kids, and also fathers and their kids. Like it's centered all around. Okay, it covers every single area. Um, Even friendship. Literally, it covers every single area. And sometimes we're not gonna get, or we're not gonna have, those roses, those chocolates, that happy feeling, that great feeling all the time, right? With the people that we love. Because, I mean, the word tells us that people are going to hurt us. And that includes people that are close to us, family members, friends, So when we think about love, we have to go back and we have to remember, that we need to continue to love the way that Jesus loved. One, be affectionate, be caring, be loving, be considerate about the other person, But don't have this false image in your mind that that there's never going to be arguments, that there's never going to be fights, that you guys are always going to be on the same page. Remember, this includes everything. This includes everyone, family members, friends, even your animals, okay? Because I know my princess, I love her, okay? I care about Princess, but she poops in my room. She poops in my house. And I'm like, I had to take a deep breath, okay? Because sometimes I want to grab her and I'm like, girl, um, I'm like, why would you go in my room, you know? Or sometimes even in the house, like, and I don't like that, right? But I still love her and I have to choose to be kind to even her, even to my dog, right? We have to continue to be kind to others. And I remember I mentioned it at, the other video, um, or was it like 2 videos ago? I think it was 2 videos ago. I mentioned it before, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my brother's dog, my sister's dog. He came in here, and his paws were all dirty with mud, right? And he jumped on my bed. He dirtied my bed. I had to take off my blanket. I had to put it in wash and all of that, right? And I was so upset because I was like, oh my gosh, like I was like, why would he do that? His name's Bolillo. I'm like, why would he dirty my bed? Like, dude, why would you get on my bed? And I wanted to go off on him, okay? But even in that moment, I had to choose to be kind. I had to choose to be nice, to literally keep no record of wrongs, like as if that thing did not happen, okay? So I literally had to be like, you know what, like it's okay, like he dirtied the bed. He dirtied my blanket. It's all right. I got a washer. I can go put it to dry. I can go put it to wash and stuff like that. When I could have gone off on my sister, right, or maybe even my brother, because I think he left the door open. Um, and then that's when he got in. Something like that happened, but I could have gone off on them. But instead of being mean and going off on them, um, I had to take responsibility for my own actions because I was the one that left my door open. Okay, so I couldn't have gone off, and gotten mad at my sister, or her boyfriend because that's their dog, right? I'm like, okay, you know what? Choose to be kind. Choose to be forgiving, to like literally keep no record of wrong, right? That is the true definition of love. And that is how we should be loving every single day. Okay? Every single day. That's how we need to be loving. Because um there's gonna be days where we're just gonna be happy and we're all gonna get along, right? And there's gonna be days when we're not, when we're gonna be at each other's throat, when we're gonna be at each other's nerves, right? And that's okay too. But it's learning how to manage that, how to go through our emotions and our feelings, without sinning, or without hurting the other person, or without hurting the other person. Um, but like really being intentional and loving people, loving others the way that the Lord is calling us to love, right? And that just doesn't go towards loving others, but also to ourselves. Like sometimes when we mess up or when we make mistakes, what do? We beat ourselves up. And we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do this, I didn't say this, I was disobedient in this area, I could have been nicer, to this person. I could have, you know, you beat yourself up and you're not forgiving towards yourself. Like it's happened to me. It's happened to other people before too. But what does the word say? Be kind, and that also includes yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be forgiving to yourself. Keep no record of wrongs, against yourself. Like so love goes far beyond, just living constantly in this like happy um like a happy moment, right? Like no, like that's not true love. True love isn't like when you just love somebody just because they do what you say, just because they act like how you know you want them to act, or they're doing whatever it is that you're calling them to do. That's not true love. That's not love at all. You could clearly see it in the word. That isn't love. We need to be loving in spite of people's mistakes, in spite of how people are going to react towards us, you know, or be towards us. That is the true definition of love. And that is when you know that you actually have love in here. Okay? Towards yourself and towards others. Because that is so evident, you know? That is very evident. And love is so important to the Lord. Because there's this verse in the Bible that says, man, like, you can prophesy, you can have faith, and you can go and, you know, pray for people and they get healed, and you can speak in tongues, like all of these great things, right? I'm not saying they're bad. They're great and amazing things, right? That we do need to have. But the Lord says, if you don't have love, you have all those things, but you don't have love, you don't have nothing. Isn't that crazy? Like, it literally seems like you do. It's a lot, right? This is a lot. But to the Lord, that means nothing if you truly don't love. And maybe that's something that you're struggling with this year, right? And just tell the Lord, Lord, give me a heart that loves others. Give me a heart that you know, that loves my family members, that loves my friends, even strangers, Lord, the way that you love them. Help me share that. Help me pour out your love to others. And that could be through you sharing your testimony. That could either be with you being kind to the people at the, you know, at the cash register, you know, like, I forgot what they're called, my mind is sick. Being kind to them, okay? Maybe they're not going as fast as you want them, like trying to check you out, you know, let's say your groceries, for example, right? But they're trying and they're doing their job, you know. And maybe you're in a hurry and maybe you're like, oh my gosh, like, why can't they hurry up? Don't act like that. Don't be like that, because Jesus wouldn't do that. Even if you were to be in a hurry, he would have still kept his calm, and he would have made sure that the person felt loved. He would have talked to that person. He would have had a conversation with that person, you know? Um, so even that, or even just a simple smile. I don't, I, even for me, like, there's been a couple of times where people have smiled and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and it's made me, it caused me to smile, you know? When I'm having such a horrible day, or I'm not having, things aren't going my way, right? And I'm over here with a frown, like, and I'm upset and stuff like that. But just that simple smile sometimes changes everything. It changes your whole day. So even in that, you know, and maybe you're single, I'm single, and maybe you're waiting for that, you know, that special someone. Um, I mean, like, I am, you know, but I can honestly say that I feel complete. I feel whole, which before, like a couple years ago, I would have never been. My mind was so wrapped up in having a husband and like thinking that, oh, my husband was gonna complete me and this and this and that. But no, like, the Lord covers every single area, and He also knows that I do want God, Jesus, Lord. I want to get married, okay, and I want to have kids, but I'm like, but I'm praying about it, and I'm waiting on His timing and for Him to send that person, right? So I know that you can hear me, Lord. So I'm gonna wait on you. Um, but I don't feel empty like how I used to feel. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm missing something. I literally feel complete in the Lord. Because remember, at the end of the day, um, your significant other can't complete you. Your significant other can't fill that void in your heart, or can't take that place um, in your heart that belongs to Jesus. And Jesus, with Jesus, He's enough. He's more than enough. And that goes with everybody else. That includes your friends. That includes your parents. That includes your cousins. It includes every single person, right? The Lord has, you know, put them in our lives so that we can care and love them, but we can't make those people an idol. We can't. And we can't give those people the place that belongs to the Lord in our hearts to them. It has to be, that place has to be for the Lord, you know? And yeah, so if you're feeling lonely, you know, during this time, like, just tell the Lord and say, "Hey, Lord, like, because I used to be like that. I used to be in those shoes, where I used to be like, man, like, when is my husband coming?" And all freaking out and stuff like that, and like so set on like finding my husband, or already getting my husband. But I'm thankful for the Lord um that he hasn't arrived yet, okay? Because poor dude, I would have put him through some stuff. But I believe that the Lord is preparing me, and also him. And just know that the Lord is more than enough, and he covers every single area in your life and in your heart. And I actually want to know, okay, let me know in the comments section below, like, how has the Lord shown you that he loves you um, this month? And it could be through in so many different ways, in so many different areas, okay? Like, for example, there's like a specific type of flower that you love or that you like, and then out of nowhere you went outside and you're like, wow, like, this is so cool, like, this is my favorite flower, right? And then the Lord just, boom, he made you he made you be able to see it, or it came across your path, and the Lord's saying like, hey, I know that you like that, I know that you love that, maybe he reminded you in that way, like he's like, hey, I got you here, I'm thinking about you, I love you, you're my daughter. um for me, like, for example, like, I think it was this month. I was at the dentist, and I always pray. I feel more comfortable with a woman, even if it's in the dentist, or even if I'm at the doctor's office. Okay, I feel more comfortable if it's a woman that's checking me. And I remember I was praying to God, but not like, as intense or as hard, like how I used to before, like, and saying like, God, please, like, I wanted to be a woman dentist. Um, and I wanted, I want to feel peace and this and this and that. I prayed, but it wasn't like how I used to, like, so intense. Like, God, please. In a way, something like that. Like, God, please let it be. It was like a short prayer, I think. Um, and before it used to be like really long. And then that day at the dentist, guess what? I felt so much peace. So much peace when I went to the dentist. I felt so comfortable. The people there were so kind. they were they were really loving. I really felt that, that they really cared about their patients, and I hope that I'm not the only one that felt that. I hope that, all the other patients felt that, which is something beautiful. But I'm like, that's how I'm like, God, like, you care, you love me, you see me. You know what terrifies me. And you are holding me, you have me. Another way would be like, this today I decided to spend time with the Lord and just worship, and sometimes I tend to like want to do a whole bunch of stuff, or try to do sometimes I try to do like far beyond what I'm supposed to in order to catch up, right? Like, let's say I didn't read the word yesterday, let's say I didn't journal, let's say I didn't do the gratitude, um because there's two different forms of journaling that I like to do. um and I try to like cram everything in there, but then today I was like, no, I'm not gonna focus on reading my word, I'm just gonna focus on spending time with the Lord and just worshiping. And that's exactly what I did, and today and it's been a while, where I felt like, man, I felt like his little girl, I felt like that today. I'm like, man, like, my father's here, like, and he's holding me, um and he's very present. I literally felt, I'm 30 years old, I'm a grown woman. But I felt like such a little girl in that moment. um and it was just so beautiful, the time that um I had with the Lord, and I pray that it continues, um to happen. So yeah, know that you're loved. Know that the love that the Lord has for you does not change. And it's okay if things aren't going the way that you think. It's okay if it's not always lovey dovey, and it's not always happy happy type of stuff, right? Because that's not love. And love isn't just about yourself either. It's also about like pouring it out and, you know, giving it to others in whatever way the Lord is telling you to do it. So that's it for today's video. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.